boy Lizzo, man. We back in this bitch, man. It's such a podcast. Y'all know what the fuck going on, man. It's been a fucking minute, but we back better than ever, man. I got a real special guest to kick our shit back off. He doing a lot of shit out here, be like a lot of shit. Mostly if you tapped into the cannabis community around this motherfucker, you know what's going on with the Brody. You know what I'm saying? Or if you just out here and know good people, then you know what's going on with the Brody. None other than Jordan Castillo, man. What's going on with you?
What's the word with you, my boy? How you feeling, man?
Man, all is well. I'm excited to do this. We've been trying to do this for a while, and then
doubt.
we was talking about timing and all type of shit, man. But
We had a little practice joint. You feel what I'm saying? So that's still experience.
it's all good, man. But look, wise man once said, "Master the art of timing." So that's all it takes to do this shit. You know what it is. Man, I've been just, you know how I be, man. If y'all know the Session Podcast, y'all know what I be on, man. I be behind the scenes and shit, ears to the streets, man. Specifically Chicago, because that's where I'm at. But most of the time, I'm just out here in the streets. Anything cannabis related, I'm locked in on. Like I'm knowing what the fuck is going on. So I had to pull my boy, because like lately, like he been going crazy, but lately, bro's been trying to go crazy, like you been trying to go crazy. Don't try to smile, nigga, on some humble shit. You been going crazy. Like it's all good. But first, man, just for the people that's listening in right now, watching, whatever it is gonna be, just tell me a little bit about yourself. Like first, where you from? Tell me a little bit about Jordan, man. What's going on?
So you already know, man. So I was born in Chicago, but my parents ended up moving to Romeoville as I grew up. So motherfuckers grew up out there for the most part. That's like about 35, 40 minutes from the city. Little town, like I said, mixed around people, black, white, Mexican, all type of shit. So I got to see a little bit of life. You know what I'm saying? With everything going on, experience different people, different friends off the jump. And I feel like that's like a huge part to what's going on now, because I know how to maneuver and just deal with a lot of different people. A lot of people shame the whole being from the burb shit. And I mean, shit, it is what it is.
It's all,
you know what I'm saying? You live out
it don't
there.
matter.
Sometimes, you live a different life. Shit go different. It's a lot of opportunities to learn shit and bring it on your own. And I feel like I just took that part, and just thankful for my family history. I ain't ended up like being no square nigga on no square shit.
Yeah.
So just took all them learnings, you know what I'm saying? Being out here, being in the city, and then just coming back. Really all I've been on, man. So
Yeah. No, that's good. Don't have nobody knock the suburb shit. Like,
you feel
cause
me?
niggas that don't know, like, I spent my time, like I used to live in this place called Bourbonnais for like 4 years. And I remember at a point in time, me and my brothers was like the only black people in the school. So like, and we were like, I mean, like my school was like called St. George, bro. Like it was in the middle of a fucking cornfield, bro. Like, and those experiences though, you get to learn how different people of different cultures and shit live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially, and really different people with different wealths and shit like that too. Like you get to see all that and bring that shit to your own table. So don't have nobody knock that shit. Juice WRLD was from fucking Homewood.
Feel me? That's funny as hell. Pretty knowing, but
You feel me? Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, man. So just to dive deep into it, like you always rocking the family and company and project shit. I see you got the FC drip going on.
Yes, sir.
You got the chains and all that. Talk to me, because really and truly, I really don't even fucking know. But what is family, company, and projects? Like, what are y'all doing?
So family, company, and projects is just like I would say like brand, but I don't want to be cliche. But pretty much we're like an organization, business. We just do all different types and sorts of things, different areas, into whether it be art, whether it be mixed multimedia, just different shit. You know what I'm saying? We in every type of pocket, trying to be in every lane, because there is no box like now, especially the time we live in now. There's no box they could put us in. So we just try to touch on everything, and then we try to be universal, meaning like we can appeal to every age range, every group, every different dynamic without being put in a box of, oh, y'all this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even call my shit a streetwear brand,
Right. So
because
just
we
more
not.
so like a creative company.
Pretty much,
realistically.
yeah.
And then you're just trying to do what you can. That makes sense. But yeah, I see you guys doing, so much shit, from like even now the chains. Like, are these just like, if you family chains, or are you guys like trying to put out a line of fucking jewelry?
No,
or
so
shit?
yeah, that's like on some jewelry line shit. Like
Oh, see,
everything
that's
we
dope.
doing, we trying to come different and come just a way that people ain't coming, because I know anybody can design some chains, anybody can make some shit, but we're going crazy and trying to change the narrative on some shit. Like, yeah, you just buy a chain, you make a chain, you get a chain to flex and all that. That's all that. But imagine if you actually take the time to design your chain and make your shit, and put in the real effort to do it, other than just like putting some shit together, get it curated, and then with our store, we got ours curated by a friend, like a jewelry friend to us. It's not just anybody we went and
Like some
met who
partnership
works.
shit.
It's on some real partnership shit.
Right.
Like, it's a person we rock with, so the whole project just worked really well. And like I said, it was something that I wanted to make a staple. I wanted my shit to be like, hopefully in the future, like on some Rockefeller logo, some all money in logo.
Type
Like,
shit.
I'm trying to come like that, something solid and clean and universal. And we try, bring the baseball aspect to it. Groups, we love paisley print, bandana print. You know what I'm saying? We on some gang shit, not like that, but you know what I'm saying, on some just
No,
real shit. We
facts.
just staying true
Street
to
shit,
how
like
we
it
be.
is what it
Like,
is.
we respect everybody. We mean family in every lingo. We don't mean just some mom, dad, wife, kids bullshit. We talking like everything. Your group of people you grew up around, your homies, your team, your workforce, whoever it is. If it's a group of people, 1, 2, 3, 4, and y'all trying to make a better impact on everybody's lives around y'all, like that's some family shit. So that's pretty much what we do. And anybody we work with, we try to give them use our little, you know what I'm saying? I call it little, but our little underground
Shit, everybody
platform
starts somewhere.
to boost motherfuckers up, because it's a lot of underground people.
See, but it's building, and that's the thing. Anything starts underground, and it only stays underground unless you build that motherfucker. Um, so what is like I don't even know, like what is your connection with the cannabis world? Like, is it just like you fuck with weed, so you just dip the dabbing, or is it just like, or like, is this something like another lane you just really want to tap into? Like, what's going on with how you tapped into this cannabis shit?
For the most part, yeah, like I said, just something I tapped into. I always been around weed, always been around good amounts of weed, big amounts of weed since since
Right.
since the burbs. And like I said, that's that part of living in the burbs. Like, some certain shit, like we live that Pineapple Express lifestyle. Like, you
Facts.
know what I'm saying? Like, we seen your white homie bring in some crazy shit, just smelling like some shit you've never seen, smelling like a
Facts.
fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this was 8th grade. Like, so we got around that early, and then for our generation, at least the group of people I like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Nipsey Hussles, Wiz Khalifa, Smoke Dizzas, like just all the smoke monument niggas, Burner, like all them people that we have in our generation that we look up to, that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, like,
Yeah, Wiz was heavy at the
you know
time.
what I'm
Like for our
saying? Like,
generation, like Wiz
you
was like
know,
putting on for niggas
you
smoking
feel
doties.
me?
That's for sure.
And then to think like, damn, how the fuck can I live a life and smoke that much weed and not like, especially at that time, that shit was illegal, all type of shit. So to be in this day and age and to be around it still, and to transformed into some legal shit through branding and finding different lanes I can use to make this shit pop, instead of trying to go the traditional lane. Instead of, oh, I want to own a dispensary, I want to do this. Like, no, we
Yeah,
can go about it
yeah.
without all that hassle and leave all that politics to them people that want to deal with that. And when this shit move forward, we gonna be the ones that's, like I said,
Front and center.
doing the shit, because
Because
we've
it's
been
gotta
stacking our
open up.
bread. You know what I'm
That's the
saying?
thing, G. Like, what do you think is like really the holding it back from opening this bitch up? Like, because really and truly, bro, we is I feel like it's gotta get to a point where it's like completely decriminalized. Like it's almost like anybody can grow it, sell it. Like if you can't, like it's just I don't know.
In my
Like
opinion, I feel like the big leeches just gotta suck everything they can out of it before
yeah,
they give it to motherfuckers.
that's true.
And the one barrier thing you can't beat, that money can't buy, is time.
Mm-hmm.
So if they like, we gonna hold y'all, we gonna lock y'all out of this system for 5 years, we gonna do it, and we gonna snatch every billion.
Yeah.
And then once that shit is done, and it's like, again, like I said, like this one dude who a grower tweeted, growing weed is like being, like, sometimes that feels like being a lettuce farmer. Like, we're growing so much of this shit, and it's hard to get respect because so many people are trying to get in on it, and it's
Yeah.
like it takes away from the people who are really about it, and it's like it sucks, but that's crazy. That's where the industry is at. So
Growing
I
weed is
feel
hard
like,
as fuck, bro.
you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and then to look around and see everybody doing this, and then see a dispensary taxing for it, and then
Yeah.
like the streets fucked up, the whole world fucked up right now, just
Low
with the money
key.
shit. But it's like, that's gonna take a toll on weed, and it's like this shit we put our time into, this shit that y'all really do, that y'all deal with for months on end. You know what I'm saying? Your cribs, all type of
Yeah.
shit happen to have y'all like pay bills on that shit. So it's like they gonna suck all the bread out this shit.
Yeah.
They gonna take that shit, but once the floodgates open up, people forgetting that it's still gonna be here. Like,
Oh yeah.
when the mom and pop spots open with they swag and that beautiful as aesthetic, and just some shit that a corporate dispensary can't bring, like to the neighborhood or to the
Yeah.
area or to the audience of
That's
people.
facts. That's the
Bro,
thing about weed. That's why weed still goes so strong. Like you know, like even in hoods and shit, because the dispensary can't match the culture that goes
You know
behind
what I'm
how the
saying?
weed game been for so long.
Exactly.
Like getting
Exactly.
weed, it's like rituals with this shit. Like
Feel me?
copping weed from your man's or your dealer or whoever the fuck you grabbing weed from.
Right.
Like you go into the gas station to get your blunts
You
or
know what I'm
your papers,
saying?
and then you know you go into your spot to smoke or you know whatever the fuck. Like shit is like damn near religious, bro. So niggas like dispensaries and shit don't understand sometimes that some of this shit is like it's religious, but the ones that are successful, I feel like they do understand like the religious aspect to smoking, like raw
You
papers,
feel
the
me?
fucking cookies. They're
Mm.
fucking they got it. Like, but they also started from like a OG
And
who's
that's the
like
thing, like a person who, if you take all the dispensary and all the shit away, who's the person that started this shit and what are their roots? And I'm
right,
not saying again because it doesn't matter where you came from, but was weed involved in your active life growing up? Was
exactly.
it a part of your life? Was it something that you respect and you love,
Yeah,
or is
and
it
that's what
just
I mean.
something
Like,
that you came
yeah,
into?
not
Because you know
just
what I'm
like do you
saying.
grab a bag and roll up every now
You
and
know
then,
what
but
I'm
we mean
saying,
like do you
right?
like get up every day and like weed is a thought about in your day, whether it's like to
Right.
make money to fucking because you like
You know what
that's
I'm
your shit, like
saying?
that's your day-to-day
Exactly.
vice. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like niggas
Exactly.
don't understand, bro. It's a lot to the shit, or you love to cultivate the shit.
Even right, you know what
You
I'm
feel
saying?
me?
Even if you love growing, right? Like
Yeah,
I love growing this plant because
yeah,
this is a plant that people care about the most, that'll get the most reaction. Because even my homie, like he smoke, he would get high as fuck, but he's not like a sit down and smoke all day type dude. Like he's smoking and like enjoy this. Like
yeah,
you enjoy my product, like do you enjoy what I did? Like them months I put in, like, and it's like that shit is different. That shit a
exactly.
little deeper than
Niggas don't
just, oh,
understand like
come pay me. Like
that feeling of like the final chop and then like when you finally dry your shit, you like, damn, bro, like they don't understand that shit. It's a different religious respect to being like with nature and your plant and shit like that. And then, you know, being able to take like the fruits of your labor literally and like enjoy your
you know
shit.
what I'm saying?
Literally
You know what I'm
enjoying the fruits
saying?
of your labor, you dig?
Especially if you know some good people. Just make it all for
Talk about it.
all the more. You know?
But we did an event a few months back. You had me come through, bro. It was just kind of like, you know, some, like you say, some underground shit. But it was dope as fuck because you had a bunch of different people like who do home grows and their medical grows at home, and they were coming to bring, you know, different things to show about their plants and
Right.
whatnot. I was awesome to be a part of that and be able to show you guys like a plant mid flower and shit like that. So,
Yeah, I appreciate you for coming out, man.
man, those events. So, like, what kind of really started you to doing that type of shit? Like, I know you say you were around the weed and all that, but what made you just say, "Hey, I want to throw an event where we invite some people who are really active in growing this cannabis plant and shit like that"? Like, what made you really jump into that?
So my main shit is design. Like I don't call myself a designer or no shit like
Hmm.
that, but like I'm on some design creative shit. And once I had my first pop up or being a shorty and going to pop ups and people just having a rack with clothes and just no seats, people just standing there. It's kind of like, what is the point of that? So I've always used to go to those around the city and go to different people's and then think about like, how can you make this immersive? How can you make this and experience for people and they come out and have a good time and have shit going on? Because one of my homies, they had theirs in Pilsen years ago, and it was like in a gym with a basketball court. They had people like rapping, and this when niggas used to, like I said, this was like 2014, 15, when people
Hmm.
would just have pop-ups where just, a rack and that's it. A rack, you come and you're kind of just like, okay, what's going on with this shit? Like, how can you make an experience? So taking that, like I said, all the people I fuck with, like all my homies, all my older homies, just taking those experiences to and getting it to my level and having my first pop up in Aurora with my homies pre-meal, like that was an experience. Like we had my homies dad cooking dollar tacos. We had
Yeah,
like basketball hoops for people to shoot on. We
yeah,
had people in the back. We had a whole area you could walk around. Like it was so spread out. And it was during the midst of COVID. So you know what I'm saying?
right.
When people wanted to get out. So life naturally pushed me into like having a psychological way of trying to think about the things I do and how I can do them and make them work. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So with that event being our first one, and it being mad successful, like mad people coming out, everything was gone. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, that was the thing.
especially.
That's what I was so shocked at. There was so many people and the demographic, like
Mhm.
age, race, it didn't matter. It was like people in their 50s were there asking me about this plan. They were like, man, I've always wanted to get into weed, and now that it's legal, like I really want to get into it. But I don't want to. I want to know. I want to go to people who grow it, and that was so cool to hear people older saying that, because it's like it just lets you know that there was a time where they probably really wanted to, and just with it being illegal, you know, being law-abiding citizens. They didn't partake in the act, but it was a dope event. It brought a lot of people together, made a lot of connections within this little cannabis world we got going on out here.
And that was slight. That was super slight. They tried to cancel it. If we would have had it at that original spot, that joint would have been.
I remember that, like it was some last minute trying to find a spot.
That joint would have been.
And you fucking hustled for that shit.
Yeah, man. Like I said, grace of God.
Kudos to you, because it's big when you can do some shit like that. Like you put out one spot, you know, you hype it up, and then boom, last minute, the day of, you're trying to find another spot, and then you find another spot, and then it still fucking pops. That's how you know you're doing some good shit out here, bro. So kudos to you.
And thank y'all for coming out and being the people y'all are. And that was part of it. Like, who are the people I'm dealing with? If I'm dealing with some good people, like I said, y'all killed it, and everybody did what they had to do. And I'm glad that's why I'm glad to see everybody
came prepared, bro. Like, it was dope. Like, some people had their tent,
you feel
showing their little process of the baby plants, the nursery plants. Like, it was cool. Everybody had their plant. It was like you almost had each plant in each stage, which was dope.
And I like Joe, exactly. Now that's why I thank you for bringing out that big ass.
That joint was nice, I had some plants, man. I was like, man, I don't like I think they were big colas and shit, but I was just like, bro, I don't like the way the trichome coverage is. So I was like, fuck it, I'll bring. And there were some new seeds I was trying. I was doing like a little pheno hunt, and those were two that weren't gonna make it. So I was just like, fuck it, let's do it. But it was
thank
dope.
you for not tossing them joints and chopping up in them joints.
Oh no, it was dope. They smoked fine, but it was dope because when I saw the guy, someone had the fucking dried plants, and they were showing people how to trim. They had like a little trimming station, and that's cool because that's probably one of the. I know as a grower, like people are so interested in the trimming part. Like people could care a fuck less about the growing.
You know, you feel me?
But they love the trimming part, so that part was pretty fucking cool to see, man. So like I say, I think, you know, from a cannabis lover aspect, that was a really great event. I'd love to do more of those. You need to get back on
like
those
I said, that's gonna be something. I'm glad that's a small seed that gonna turn into something. That's the thing, trying to make it like a workshop, because I've observed these events. I work at a dispensary, so I know about all the little shit that be going on. I be there observing. I don't be at events just having a good time. I be having a good time, but I be observing
the room,
looking at what's going on, what y'all doing in this mug. You know what I'm saying? So I took that and I'm like, let's go straight pop and workshop, nigga.
Let's do it.
Pop and workshop. Like, talk to the experts. You ain't got to talk to me. You don't talk to no pamphlet, none of that. Talk to the experts.
Talk to the ones really doing it. That was dope, man. It got to show everybody love, and like you got, and the reason that it showed so much love to you is because you got to highlight so many other people, and that shit. When you do shit like that out here in the world, bro, that shit comes back to you in a greater light that you can never expect. You dig? So,
and like I said,
I think shit.
Shout out to y'all, man. I think it came back. It's
my motherfucking dog right here, yo. But look, you also did another event, because I gotta talk to you about this, G. Because this I was like, yo, he's bugging. I was like, yo, this man's bugging out. You just did an event recently, and it was family company with cookies. Talk to me, man. Talk to me, because you know, when I worked at the dispensary, we kind of was like, the word was that like, oh, you know, Cookie Chicago is coming one day. No one fucking knows when it's coming, whatever. Then we see like an Instagram come up of Cookie Chicago. We're like, this shit real?
That. You know what I'm saying?
Is this shit coming? Then like I see you pop out. I see you pop out with an event. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Talk to me about that little affiliation, man. What you got going? And you crazy motherfucker, you did the fucking cookies hoop, man, and I seen that shit. That's fucking. We're gonna talk about that after that. But talk to me about this little cookie shit you got going on, man. What's this, man?
The hoop is honestly the seed, damn near like to the event.
Talk about the hoop, man. Talk about the hoop. Let's talk about the hoop, D.
Yeah, so like I said, speaking of these events and all this shit, what was it? That was at the second one? Yeah, the second one. I'm just like, all right, bet. So this event gonna be different. I do hoops.
Yeah.
Did the event with hoops, made a bunch of different ones, and one of my designs was the Gary Payton hoop backboard. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just one day I went down there, Kalamazoo, got some weed. I'm like, Gary Payton shit, dope as fuck. It just makes sense. Like I said again, thinking standpoint, basketball player, hoop. Come on, weed, niggas. You know what I'm saying? So made the backboard, blah blah blah. Made it from the jump. The dude who grow, shout out K Powers, bro who grow Gary Payton. He been showing love since the jump. Like surprisingly, you know what I'm saying? Be fucking with all the little shit I be sending them and like showing love and shit. So that was already one little thing that led me in the door. So I commented on one of Burner's homies' pages, like, and I try to make it creative, not just no like spam looking shit.
Yeah.
I think it was all caps. I'm like, yo, just made the Gary Payton backboard, like just making it look like a nigga gonna click on it, like, what the fuck is he talking about? So I made post that comment on his shit. Dude messaged me like, hey, bro, if you for real, lock in with my homies, blah blah blah. Send me these dudes Instagram and shit. They were legit the designers, people that do this shit with cookies, and perfect timing, like I said, my girl birthday, bunch of different shit. So we ended up going to LA and like linking up with them and chopping it up. And we did a whole little video. And I thought I was just going to really much just give them the hoop. They was
Yeah,
gonna
show
hang it
love.
up, they was gonna take pictures, whatever. But they ended up making the whole video about me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just like, that was mad fucking love. And I didn't think it was gonna be like all that type of shit. I thought it was just gonna be some normal little creative shit. But that shit ended up being dope. Shout out to the people that fuck with me because I feel like people in my audience made that shit pop. They see the
Yeah.
comments, they see the what's going
But
on.
but
You know what I'm saying?
but to your fuck that shit, because to your credit, that hoop was hard as fuck.
Yeah, it just
Like,
made perfect
bro,
sense,
that
man. It
hoop
made
was
perfect
hard as
sense.
fuck. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that
I'm
was
going
probably
to the
the
homies'
hardest
cribs.
hoop
We
you
having
could.
sessions and then we shooting on the hoops.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm
like,
saying? I've been making the hoops. So
nah, that
I'm at
hoop
the
was
homies'
hard.
crib, we smoking, then playing horse on the hoops. And I'm just like, why not make the Gary Payton one? It just makes sense. I know the weed community, bro. I work
Yeah.
in the dispensary. So
Just as a little backstory for motherfuckers who might be just tuning in and learning new about you. These hoops we're talking about, he makes these like, I don't know, mini hoops for the crib, like really decorative, really artsy and shit like that. And they have like a little breakaway hoop, and they're custom. So like, you know, they'll have like an image on the back, but they're really fucking nice, like very great quality. We're gonna get his Instagram put up, I'm sure, upon the introduction, so y'all can check out exactly what the fuck we're talking about. But that's what we're talking about. And he made one, and it looked like the cookies bag with the Gary Payton, the blue fucking cookies bag with him on the cover. So and it was dope as fuck, bro. I swear to God, that shit was dope as fuck. So then going forward from there to LA, how did you bring that back to be able to do your event with cookies? With the you had the whole shebang in that
Right.
motherfucker, man. How did you get that
Feel me?
going?
So I feel like from the hoop, we was just locked in on like, okay, we got our eye on you. We seen what you can do standpoint. And then again, some old God shit. Like I said, none of this shit be due to me. I don't be the type of nigga to be like, oh, it was because it's not. It's really
Facts.
God, life, God, whatever. But my homie at the dispensary, again, we started together in the same classroom, all that shit. He went to the other location, went into being a assistant GM or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy. We've been homies from the jump. We've been talking about this cookie shit since we were in training class, like my right hand to God. Like,
Yeah.
that's why it's weird. But either way,
It's not weird. You manifested it.
feel
My boy.
me?
Stop
Yes,
saying
sir.
that
There you
shit.
go. There we
Y'all
go.
gotta stop saying this shit.
There we go.
You put it out there and it came back to you, my boy.
Okay.
Boomerang.
But yeah, bro hit me and bro was just like, I got something to talk to you about type shit. Motherfucker slid on me, let me know what the word was. And I'm thinking like, oh, this dude wanted to just talk to us. You know what I'm saying? That's probably it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really give a fuck about what's really going on. Ended up being a good dude. Put some shit in play for us. And then he was like, what can I do for y'all? We end up, and we were going to have that event with my homie Joey with the chains and shit.
Yeah.
Even before, like, even if you know what I'm saying. So we were already having that. And we like, how would like a sponsorship sound to do like sponsor the event and get like speculation about when y'all get out here coming and shit. And bro,
Build that gas going.
you know what I'm saying? We put some shit together. We presented it in a dope way and had to leave the weed out of it for right now because, again, motherfuckers don't know what's going on with that completely. So we left the weed part out of it for now. But we pretty much just got the sponsorship, the creative, I guess, control to do something small called the Cookies Corner. And we put that together real quick, me and the team. And yeah, like I said, went down in Michigan, grabbed some little weed to display and shit like that, and just put it together. Shout out to Delilah at Vault Gallery because she had one of her homies. Said it really matter. We'll put his tag in there too. But yeah, he came out made a crazy piece, crazy graffiti
Yeah, that art
piece.
piece. I seen that shit.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying, bro. For what you were trying to do, it did its job. Because everybody's like, cookies, cookies,
and that's
cookies,
the
when,
thing. We
where,
didn't know,
how,
you
what
know
the
what I'm,
fuck?
and that's the whole
Like,
thing, right? Like just drawing some speculation in, drawing some shit in. So yeah, that thing was smooth. It went dope for a pop up, and that's my thing.
Cookies gotta stop fucking teasing us, yo. They bugging.
That's the
Because they know it's dry out here, yo. Like, it's really dry, like on the dispensary tip. And then you came out with the shit, so everybody's like, they like licking their chops, like, what's good, bro? Like, we trying to get busy. Man, that's crazy, bro. So, like, going forward, do you see yourself doing more projects and things like that with cookies? Like, are you a cookies boy now? Like,
shit.
cookies,
Me
like, what's
personally,
good?
I'm sitting there. We did two official things, so I'm gonna say so. But I don't know about like I said the future. Who knows what the future holds? I hope we get to work with them again. That first show was a dope experience. Like I said, dope little teaser. Yeah, man, we gonna see what else is going on. So
Man, but aside from the cookie shit, you also did some raw shit like with these clothes. So the fucking Nug shirt, bro. The Nug shirt, the Nug sweatshirt you got, and then I've been seeing this fucking jacket you did. It's fucking hard, bro. So like, talk to me now a little bit about. So that's what he was talking about earlier, guys. How he's dipped into everything. Talk to me about like your clothing pieces and how you really come up with designing your clothing pieces. Because you just dropped a new shirt, with that fucking event. Talk to me about how you go through that process of designing and shirts and shit like that.
So first, like I said, everybody had the clothing brand, t-shirt shit. So I've been doing that, but I've always been on some. If you're gonna sell a shirt to somebody, how can you make it like again an experience, something dope, like something that somebody's gonna have a good time wearing every time. So everybody having clothing brand, whatever. I'm like, I bet let's stop with the whole clothing brand shit. Like,
Right.
fuck that. How about we having these events? We're doing this one-on-one shit. We're doing things that people don't do. We're trying to be different. How about our merch? And so, like I said again, that's just shit from Nipsey Hussle too. How about our merch be like camaraderie or whatever the word is of what we have going on. Like now, if you have one of our shirts, it's usually from an event or from a certain collab or from a drop. Like every time any merch you have from us is gonna be from something. Like it's damn near from you. You're gonna be like, I remember he did that collab with this
'cause
dude. I remember he worked with that brand or this person drew it. So it's like, and then also with the color scheme and the shit we do, it ties into the any other merch you could have bought from us. You could have bought a jacket, you could have bought a t-shirt, you could have bought something else from us, and it's going damn near the color scheme is going to tie in. So it's also like kind of putting pieces together.
It's a
You know what I'm
memory behind
saying?
that shit.
Yeah.
So every
hell
time somebody wears that shirt, they can't. It's a memory. It's like getting a fucking one of those tour shirts when you go
Yeah,
to a
you know
fucking
what I'm saying?
concert.
Exactly.
Because every
Right.
time you wear that shirt, you was like, yeah, I was at the such and such
On
concert.
me.
That shit was
On
rocking,
me.
bro. Like that's just dope. One other thing that I wanted to dive into, because you're a smart motherfucker, and not only did you already have, because you are, this is some shit I peeped. You had the fucking hoop shit going. And then I saw you were taking an internship with some signage company. Talk to me about what the fuck were you doing at the signage place?
Man, so with the sign spot, I honestly was going there to get backboards like here and there and see how that shit worked. Cause dude was like, I'll show you how to do it. A couple months down the line, he was like, hey, send me your resume. So I sent him my resume. And bro was like, man, if you ever like wants a few hours here and there, pretty much we were both on some like, do you want to unofficially work here?
Right.
Like, do you want to work here and there? Do you want to help me learn how it goes? I'm like, hell yeah, it was winter. It wasn't jack shit going on. So that ended up being cool. He was a cool teacher. Learned a lot of shit. We were putting up signs everywhere. We were doing hella shit, putting stuff together from the jump. Like I was learning how every piece, any sign I look at now, and I be out and I look at signs, I'll be looking at some hoes, just looking at them hoes from a different standpoint.
So you're fucking essentially ready to design a billboard.
Believe me, that's like I said, that's coming next. That's coming
That's
next.
what I'm saying.
That's
See,
coming next, whether it's through me or whoever I'm doing branding with. You
right.
feel me?
No, but that was like that when I saw that piece, and I'm seeing you fucking, you got the rulers and the fucking, I don't know what they call it.
technical, like I said, that
You know, the
technical,
numbers and
that
shit. I'm
technical,
like, yo,
yes,
bro's
sir.
really on the fucking work table doing some
Yeah,
shit,
man.
like at the signage and all that. And I'm like, it's gotta tie into his hoops and anything he's probably trying to do, especially because you're making your own clothes. And I'm just like, bro, that's crazy that you just so open to being able to still expand your mind, because a lot of us feel like after school and shit like that, like we can't still evolve and learn
Right.
more shit to help with our craft. But I think it's good that you still out here, putting in that back work, bro, on your marketing and merchandising and shit like that, bro.
Yeah, going into the workforce, labor is gonna be your damn resume. You know what I'm saying? When you learn that labor after you do so much different things, that's what's gonna be your resume and how life gonna make you go to school. So I just figured that out after, like I said, multiple jobs, logistics, what the fuck, like stores, whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
Commercial, all type of
Storefronts, all that shit. I
yeah.
got you.
So, yeah, man. For the most part, that's really I feel like what life has taught me. So whenever there's an opportunity to do something and it's not no crazy deal, like I said, I'm not working 5 days a week for you. I'm not doing no crazy shit. But for the most part, I'm always down to learn and do something new, especially that tie into what I got going on. And they got a cool process, cause
it looked dope though. Like I'm not even a fucking like hands-on artsy motherfucker, but No, that shit's dope. Like I seen that shit, I was like, bro, this man's working on his craft. Like that was just the respect I gained from that. I'm like, bro, he's working on his craft. Like, let me get back in the gym. You feel me? Since the Succession podcast, man, you obviously tapped in out here in the hood. Give me, your top. I just want two. The top two strains that like you can either think about like when you went and you grabbed your strain and you just been forever trying to get back to where that strain brought you to, like that high you got from that strain, or like just a strain you fuck with on a daily, like your top two strains, like you would say you ever grabbed, tried, like you just love them.
So one was like I said, one of the first weeds I've ever tried, and it wasn't like no mid or no. It was the shit called Mr. Nice Guy from Cali, and that shit was the most smoking shit I've ever smoked in my life.
Yeah,
When I was a kid, I was a shorty too, so
but still, you
but
know what
still
it
going
did.
from that because I knew what mid smelled like, I knew what dro smelled like, and then the way it looked. But that compared to this new weed we was getting, like with the nugs and like
The
crazy,
nuggery,
bro.
yeah.
Like I said, Pineapple Express type lifestyle type shit, crazy nugs, all type of shit. Being youngins smoking like the niggas we watching on TV, it was crazy. And I used to be like, damn, this shit ain't real. And shout out to all my childhood homies and them, you know what I'm saying, them niggas that was getting good gas. We was good gas, man. Niggas having open crib, all type of shit.
Yeah,
All
so
type
you'd
of
say
shit.
Pineapple Express,
Like
and
not like I wouldn't say probably the
but
extreme, but like just the way
so
the
what other
movie
strain?
was.
Mr. Nice Guy, and what else?
I'm gonna just go. I like sour diesel, man. Like I'm a sativa motherfucker. I like
Really?
that
What the
cuss for at
fuck?
night. Sour diesel, man. Give me
You're a
some
sativa?
good. Yep. I like shit that keep me up. You
I
know what I'm
mean, I'm
saying?
with you on that, but the sativa sometimes it's just like it makes me fucking jittery, man.
I be ready to go, man.
Yeah,
I
but
be
that's by me. That's why I got to do sativa, because naturally, I'm always like, I ask my fiance, I'll be up in the fucking morning, no sleep, get off work late, whatever, fuck it.
right.
Up at like 6 a.m. ready to do some shit. And
I
it'll be
mean,
sick. If I don't have weed, bro, I can't stop moving. It's wild.
like bro said natural. He don't even need it.
Yeah, I think my top two's got to be. I had some purple punch in California once. And this was like 5 years ago. And it had to be the best purple punch I've ever had in my life. And I'm not even like that's such a namey ass
I
strain.
feel you. I feel
But
you.
it was really fucking good at the
When was
time.
this too?
This had to be like 2019, G.
Right.
Like, no, not even. No, like 2016.
Yeah, because I'm like, bro, people
Nah,
like, and that's
this
my
was like
thing.
fresh out of high school.
That's my thing. Like, I
So
know there's exotic, I know there's the
2016
great
ish.
weed, but bro, y'all don't be getting these type of cuts that was coming.
Bro, when I was in high school,
That
we
was
had some shit, bro. Bro, I know a Nick bag that had me high for like 5 hours, bro. And I don't know what the fuck it was. I don't even know if we were smoking mid. You want to hit the point?
like that.
Yeah. I don't even know if we were smoking mid or not, but the shit used to have me so high. And then honestly, the next strain I'd say is fuck, bro. It's a strain I grow called Red Hot Cookies. I just can't shake it.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, it's bred by Sweet Seeds. It's a tangy crossed with a Tropicana cookie.
So that shit a real
It's
musty
real
joint.
like mangoey on the smell, real zesty on the smell. It's a deep purple to the color, but it's like 60-40 as the breeders read, 60-40 on the sativa side. But you get a nice relaxed feeling. But everybody that smokes it really likes the enjoyment of it. I like to be able, because it doesn't put me down right away. Like I smoke it, I'm high, and then but I'm like high, but I'm doing shit.
Right.
But I feel high as fuck.
Right,
You feel me? Like that's what I really like about
And
it.
yeah, hell yeah.
And like that's probably the top two strains that I fuck with. NBA season's coming up, man. Who you taking?
It's you.
Yeah, that's all my shit. This is a Red Mandarin by Sweet Seeds. Sweet Seeds is probably my favorite breeders just because they got all the fruity, like exotic shits when you smell them and whatnot. But the NBA season's coming up, pal. Who are you taking to finish it out this year? Because everybody's getting ready to FanDuel and doing all their shit. Who you taking to finish this out?
Man, I'm gonna be just completely honest with you. I'm gonna roll with my Warriors again. And that's not even no hype shit. Like I've been fucking with Steph since Davidson. So I'm gonna roll with the Warriors. If not the Warriors, the Bulls.
You know, I really want to say the Warriors too, but the hopeful LeBron fan in me just wants to say LA because healthy AD.
I would love to see it though, but my thing is with the
uh,
AD shit, we love him. We never gonna not credit niggas,
yeah,
but he's always hurt. Like at this point, nobody cares no more.
he
At
is.
least I don't, and that's from a person that's not a huge
Personally,
fan
yeah,
of
I'm
him.
like, yeah.
Because if you look at it, fans, they're gonna say what they like. He's the best, blah blah. But if you're looking at him just a person who has no real opinion about him, that's how I feel about him. Like I've never been a real AD fan, so it's like
I
all
feel
I
that.
know about you is you're always hurt.
I feel that. I
Like yeah,
feel
you
that.
going for 30
Nah, I
and
feel
40,
that.
but it's like
I feel that factually, because Bron's going to do his fucking job. Like everybody talks shit
Bron
about
always
Russ,
does his
but
job,
Bron's going to do his job. We ain't even thinking about that. Russ is going to be like, it's like at least Russ can give you something
and
sometimes
he's gonna
because
bring energy to
he
y'all
gonna be there.
shit.
Yeah, like niggas be talking shit about Russ, but I feel like I hella appreciate Russ when he on the court.
Me
G.
too. And
He,
I'm that type of nigga. I don't
I hella
like I
appreciate him.
said, bro. Russ, that nigga that makes you fired up. Like,
Yeah,
and
like he
that's
gets
what
shit
niggas
going.
need on the
You
team.
need
But
a
stop
nigga like
playing with
Russ,
him,
bro.
bro.
Like he's on go at all times. Like you need a
Stop
nigga like
playing
him.
with bro. Act like it's not real to have a few bad seasons or some shit. Like
But
the slander's crazy.
officially on my podcast, I do have to say I'm taking the fucking Lakers because I will not and I won't bet against the GOAT. I can't do it. Any game I play, I won't pick a money line against. I might not pick the money line for the Lakers, but I'm gonna put some money down that Brian gonna get his numbers. Like
Oh, I feel that. That's
I
legit.
can't bet against the GOAT. I just won't do it. I won't do it, no matter what the
Did
circumstances.
you bet against him
Because
last
it's
year?
like it's never. I never bet against LeBron because would you bet against like when Kobe was playing? Would you bet against Kobe? Would you bet against
I
Kobe?
feel like betting, there's no emotion. I don't put
There's
emotion
no
in bet. It depends what
because
the season and what the
because
game is
the
looking
minute you
like.
put that money down against Kobe, you like, oh fuck, Kobe could come out here and just do some Kobe shit. And then that'll be the day Kobe does some
Yeah,
Kobe shit.
that's
You feel me?
facts.
Same with Brian. Like, I'd be like, man, they team ain't really all this good, but like, how many times is Brian gonna really just lose like this? So I'd be like, the minute I put money down, I think I may have done it a few times, and every time I regretted it. Like, he come out do some
So
dumb
I'm not gonna
shit.
lie, that bubble ring, nah, fluky.
Man, fuck that shit.
But
Everybody's always like the bubble ring is some
okay, cool. I'm
bullshit.
glad. I just wanted to make sure you weren't talking about that.
Oh no, the bubble ring is legit. First and foremost, anybody knows all these NBA players have been AAU players their entire lives before the game. So staying in a fucking hotel
Was
and
not
then coming out to play fucking basketball, like a tournament style basketball, was absolutely nothing, and it was probably for the best. Why? Because they got to eat, sleep, and
right.
shit basketball and do nothing but stay on point with their fucking health, except for Lou Will who went to go get some chicken. You feel me? Like that shit, everybody's like, oh, Bubba Ring's nothing, but Bubba Ring had everybody playing. Zion was still playing. Like everybody was in that motherfucker. Like except for I think Clay, maybe Clay wasn't playing. I don't know. Maybe was Clay playing at the time? I think Clay was out for like 2 years. But other than that, like that Bubble Ring shit, bro,
That
they
whole year
won
was
that
the
ring.
whole year was fluky though. The whole year, like everybody, like, cause don't forget also all the stars and random players just ending up with COVID and all this shit. That was like
Yeah, the year
it
was
was just
fluky.
like whatever. Like it's
I get
cool.
you.
My thing is, I would if I won that motherfucker, I'd still be here with my ring on. Like
Yeah.
no, bro, you ain't
Fuck
telling
that
me.
shit.
But in my
Motherfuckers lace up, bro.
and honestly, I was just hating on it. I was
These the
hating.
best of the best, though, bro. Like anybody in the league, bro, any given night could come out and get buckets, and people be failing to realize that because a lot of people don't get the time to show it, or they don't get enough time on the court to even take enough shots to show it. But everybody on that roster can get
I feel
buckets,
like, and now the game is showing up
bro.
because the NBA is like moving forward. They don't give a fuck. These niggas practice with this nigga that's in the corner not getting no touches, but once he get that bitch and get warm and make
That's
one,
what I'm
they
trying
finna
to
keep giving
explain.
it to
Like
him. They finna keep giving it to
anybody
him. They
at
don't
any given
care.
time in the league, it's probably people really underestimate how hard it is to hoop in the league. Turn this way from pal. Yeah, you can put your back to the camera. It's all good.
I was getting comfortable.
Nah, it's all good.
My bad.
That's how it be when you talking sports and shit. Like you just be cool. We just need to, how it go, technicalities and shit. We got our production team. Hey, shout out. Matter of fact, while we doing that, shout out to the production team, man. We got Frankie and this bitch holding it down, man. In the back, new studio. Look, just another thing. Let me talk my shit real quick. Session podcast, man. Y'all used to see that bullshit, man. Started out in the garage and shit. We in the studio now, man. It's all good. Like I got people telling me to face the camera now, so we really locked in, man. I hope y'all enjoy this shit, man. It's all good. But lastly, though, Jordan, man, I just really want to know, man, what's next? Like, what can we expect from you going forward? Like, what can we expect from Jordan Family Company? Like, what's next in line for you?
Um, really, man, at this moment, I don't have nothing in detail that I think I can talk about besides, some of the other shit. We fresh off the Nike shit, so
See how this
hopefully,
guy goes.
we run that shit back a second time when they drop the next little season for that shit. But other than that, just staying in every lane, doing something in every lane. We got a couple little things lined up. I'm not saying I'm taking no break or no shit, but just like we gonna take the time to figure the right moves out instead of just constantly moving. Like we gonna keep moving, but it's gonna be all the right moves.
It's time to do it the right way,
You know what
all
I'm
right?
saying?
I understand that.
We need some checks rolling in. We need to start getting out here with these big brands that's paying niggas for everything.
It's time to do it. It's time to graduate.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got to do the work no more. Y'all got niggas like us that do all type of this
It's
shit.
time to be in the meetings. What DJ Kelly say? I'm in the meeting.
You know what I'm saying? I swear to God. I swear to God.
You gotta get in the meeting. Jordan, man, I appreciate you coming through, man.
You having me,
Frankie, appreciate you getting this shit done. Session Podcast, man. We signing out, y'all. Appreciate it.